course.
Did I really just
Oh,
get
fuck.
fucking...
I'm sorry.
Princess, you
I'm
fucking-
sorry! Listen! Listen! It was quad! And you got in the fucking way! Huh? You saw me spraying! You saw me spraying! 90 rounds in that corner! You saw me? Putting in that work! Don't you dare ask me why I killed you! Bitch!
Fucking who taught you how to aim, yo fucking cross-eyed
I
grandma?
walked in there,
God
I
damn.
walked in there, and I was... and this motherfucker sees me nail these bitches down in the fucking corner.
How did you do that? Do that again?
I will not repeat myself, bitch. You heard me the first time. This guy fucking tries to cross the street while I'm going 60 miles an hour on his bitch ass.
The street. I went right into that corner where all those people were being revived.
Ignorance is the parent of fear.
First off, special thanks to my good friend and Night Raven Phantom operative Hicharu for making this thumbnail completely badass. After months of strange shit happening in Planetside 2, Warpgate's shield flickering, the storm that's over Esamir, the big red alert over Esamir and the Sanctuary, the Nanite News Network desperately trying to warn us that we're all boned, the Warpgate has shattered, and not just the Warpgate, but my hopes and dreams and many of our friendships as well.
I'll tell you what, if I shit in your fucking hands, I bet you could aim better than that.
I mean, if you could aim your shit, you know?
My aim is alright. Alright,
Yeah,
let me
okay.
tell you.
Yeah,
First
okay.
off, let me go off on the rails here.
After
real
what
quick.
happened, I basically
First off-
saved your life, and then you got in my fucking way and died. Saved your fucking
You
life!
got a giant fucking horse
It
cock
don't
with a goddamn
matter!
weapon. What are you
It don't
talking about
matter!
that?
I was putting in work, that's all that mattered. I saved your fucking life.
You
What'd you do?
relax.
You threw it away! You threw it away!
Listen, can I be the first? Can I be the first to say that I cannot wait to subtitle this in my next video? And there is a lot in this update. Some of the changes you might have noticed right off the bat would be the Colossus getting buffed, the land bridge between the Crown and TI alloys on Indar getting snuffed, and the entire map of Esamir getting fucked. In my last video, I covered the Colossus tank and said how the bombardment shield was useless. Well, it probably still is useless. I haven't tested it yet. However, the damage that it takes was reduced 50% all across the board. So that means all different types of weapons damage at 50% less. One of the best yet most chaotic places in Planetside 2 is getting removed. I'm talking about the bridge between TI alloys and the Crown, and it's probably getting removed due to the amount of orbital strikes that get dropped in that area. Oh no!
Dude.
What the fuck?
Look at this! Look at this!
Oh my god, yeah.
Why is everyone spotted?
Look at this, there's another one!
What
the fuck is wrong with
Oh no! I'm gonna die! Sweet baby Jesus! Oh shit, there's a fucking other one! What? What is this?
so on?
There's another
Another one! Wait, is that another one?
Oh my fucking
I'm killing myself.
There's more.
I'm not even dead.
Is there one more?
How many was that? That was
Oh!
Another one! Oh no!
Somebody said, oh shit. Somebody said gameplay intermission.
It's an 18
Someone's hacking. Somebody is 100% hacking.
Let's see one's on top of it. Oh my fucking god.
Personally, I like the land bridge. I thought it was a place where you should take new players that, you know, you are in squads with. It really shows off what Planetside 2 is all about, just massive battles and chaos. It didn't do a great job, really, with the combined arms stuff, because you would either just get airstriked, or there'd be no vehicles on the bridge, really. Just Sunderers trying to get over the bridge. So rip to the place I love to call No Man's Land, and rip to PS4 players, because who knows where their only battle is going to occur now. But after finally being able to play the update on live, I found that removing the land bridge was a great idea. It simply takes the chaos and pushes it somewhere else, but this time with more combined arms and vehicles. Referring to the actual bridge that connects to the Crown and TI alloys. So now onto the continent that got completely fucked in this update. It got so fucked up that a warp gate exploded, like the place where you spawn in. Not only did just the warp gate explode, but all the biolabs were destroyed as well, along with a bunch of bases being frozen due to the weather, and no longer count in the territory system. You can still play in them, but you can't really access the buildings too well, but they're no longer capturable. What they did add more of was construction sites, as in bases that have open terrain that you can build on. And I'm not really a huge proponent of construction, but I love the open field warfare. Because the best battles are the battles that happen in between the bases, when one team is trying to push up to the next base, and then the team that's defending said base is trying to hold them off down there. That's where Planetside really shines. The Isotech plant got a little rework by adding 3 points instead of 1, and each on a different level. And there's been multiple new bases and old bases that were shifted around to change the playstyle of things. And Nanite Systems was kind enough to set up a whole new warp gate for us. To really shake things up, they even added an electrical storm in it. The storm runs through and drops numerous lightning bolts, destroying many things in its path, including vehicles and people alike. It spawns in the Shattered Warpgate region and then travels to the most populated areas on the map. This thing quickly goes through and wipes out fights. My only real concern about it is that it destroys the Sunderers way too quickly, reducing all spawn points for attackers in a region to 0. That's why it's important to equip either insulated armor or have spawn beacons and have your people be ready to use them at all times.
I'm gonna throw down this beacon and I need all of you to pull up.
Alright, where are you at?
Just give me like 110 seconds, you know?
110 seconds!
Give me like 2 minutes, you know?
Give me like 3 to 10 business days. I'll get you to it.
What's going on here?
I don't know what's going on. But what I can tell you is just give me 98 seconds and you get a landing.
He's actively helping giving the countdown.
Ouzi, get a beacon.
What you mean?
Oh, somebody got it.
Fucking show my face? Shoot a rocket in front of like 10 fucking
Bro, you
tanks
just
and then you tell me to put a beacon
Just
down?
put a, you 90% of this map you can put a spawn beacon on.
Hold on, I got a cooldown, bitch!
Well, who the fuck's fault is it that you're on a cooldown? Who's told you to put a spawn beacon down before?
Thought we had a connection, but you didn't want to spawn. I poke my head, I look back and you're fucking dead.
Bro, you're a zero spawn chump. What happened?
It's also worth noting that you cannot fly up in the storm without using your afterburners. Your ESF, or whatever fighter or aircraft you'll be using, will just plummet straight to the ground and crash. Your shield on your infantry class will slowly deteriorate, giving a buff to the implant Carapace, which replaces your shield with 500 health. And all vehicles overload in 100 seconds, meaning they lose power and then they get destroyed. Yes, even bastions are affected by the storm as well. The lightning is certainly something to be afraid of, but you can avoid being struck by lightning by going indoors or underneath cover. Even if it's just the slightest rooftop over you, just enough so the lightning doesn't come down and strike you right through the mouth and out your asshole. Now, I mentioned insulated armor. This can be unlocked in the Sanctuary by working on the highly anticipated campaign for Planetside. Yeah, that's probably the biggest part of this update, besides the Esamir revamp, is that Planetside 2 now has a campaign. The best part about this campaign, and the worst, is that it's not an actual single-player campaign. You do this all in the multiplayer server. To access the new campaign, open the main menu by pressing Escape. This will open you up to probably the map, then hover over to the star. This should be labeled as Missions and Missions Directives or whatever. Find the Campaign tab, then click the big green button that says Join or Play Campaign now. Now, members get free access to the campaign, but non-members have to pay a small cert fee in order to play it. Actually, it might be a little bit larger than I thought. It's also worth noting that you can't pay with real money in order to play this campaign. You have to pay with in-game certification points that you earn. Most of the missions in the new campaign aren't too grindy, besides like 2 of them, and that's like the healing and reviving one. And then you have 2 missions where you have to look for space weed, and you have to find 50 of them and hit them and kill them with your knife. That's probably the worst of it. I personally had an okay time working on the campaign. Completing all these missions results in the award of Campaign Standing. Campaign Standing is another currency added to Planetside 2, because between nanites, daybreak coins, certs, ISO, A7, and merit, it just wasn't enough currency for Planetside 2. They needed to add a 7th currency, because that isn't confusing to new players at all. But enough of my rambling. I'll get to that in the end of the video. There's a new vendor to go to with a bunch of new items to unlock, both through purchasing it with campaign standing or just unlocking it through the campaign. The vendor is located on the right shop of the Sanctuary. But by playing the campaign, it does a pretty good job of directing you where you need to go, as long as you have it pinned to your HUD. Since we're on the topic of the campaign and the campaign missions, there's also missions that you can accept for free, and completing them gets you awards such as certs, ISO, A7, or even weapons. Simply go over to the Missions tab right next to the Campaign tab in your Missions and Directives. Members can accept up to 6 per day, while non-members can only accept up to 3 per day. Your missions disappear every 12 hours, and then they come back with new ones. At the time of me recording this video, they actually just removed a few different types of missions, such as the Plant False Data and the Supply Convoy mission. Supply Convoy, I liked the idea, but I really think it could have been played a little bit better. It was really cool because it brought a ton of people to a certain area and then ignited a fight there. But getting there with way too many people was kind of a clusterfuck.
Well, right now we're tempted to hit.
Whoa! Oh no! I see. Wait, we could just go down here. Let's go down this way. What could go wrong?
Oh, Raiden, no,
Actually, no, I wouldn't do it.
Right,
Fuck.
right.
Wondering.
Look at the tanks are doing it too!
Ryan, come on.
Oh, VS are already there! VS are there! VS are there!
Oh, Ryan.
Oh
Look,
shit!
everybody's...
Oh shit! What have we done? No! Stop! Stop doing it! Don't do it!
I survived.
Don't really know how false data worked because, well, it didn't work. But the remaining missions, such as mining cordium or getting kills in the Shattered Warpgate region, are pretty fun and pretty basic. There's one where you have to go camp around a drill while it mines for Elysium. I can't wait till that's added as a currency in Planetside. That one has actually ignited some kind of cool fights. But most of the time it's just one team camping around the area, then by the time the other team gets there, the drill is already gone. Or the defending team gets orbital strike. It depends on the day. Now to my final thoughts on the update. The Shattered Warpgate is amazing to play at. It's a territory that doesn't count as a territory, but it's all playable. The fights that erupt here are mindless, chaotic, but they flow so well. And it makes construction even more prominent than construction sites. Because in order to be able to spawn there, you need a base to spawn at, so people start building bases. You could use Sunderers, but bases are much more defendable. I've never been in better fights in my life. Like I said earlier, the best fights that happen are the ones that happen in between bases or in open fields with vehicles and combined arms. No other area in this game screams more combined arms than the Shattered Warpgate region. It even includes vehicles that are from other factions that you can play as on your faction. Yes, NC Prowlers and Mag Riders are a thing, just as the VS has access to the Prowlers and Vanguards that are laying around out there, and the TR has access to the Vanguards and the Mag Riders that are laying around out there as well. In order to be able to drive these vehicles, you gotta do the campaign and unlock the regenerator device or whatever it's called. But yeah, seeing a VS or TR Vanguard come at you is absolutely terrifying. A good honorable mention would be that the outfit armory system got revamped again, so that all war assets and modules cost only one type of resource each, making it significantly easier for those of you who have to go around, capture territories, and let resources build up for your outfit leaders just so they can waste your hard-earned orbital strikes away. Alright, orbital strike it is.
There's no point, there's no one there to push on to after your orbital strike.
They sound so broken. Oh my god. That bad?
Oh no, don't you shoot me. Don't you shoot me.
Eat my pizza.
But yeah, so that's the Shattered Warpgate update. The release of it was a little annoying, but most of the bugs have been fixed. I really did not want to see another currency being added into Planetside, but here we are. Still too early to know about the new Thumper ammunition because it's not being used as much because people haven't had the campaign finished. So I really can't determine if the community's whining and crying so much rightfully or pointlessly like they did with the Javelin. Alert rewards were brought back and the new mission system's pretty cool. It's just another way to earn ISO and currencies, making crafting implants only semi-impossible. The Shattered Warpgate region is a huge success, and it's so much fun in my eyes. Hopefully this is a little test run for Osher, and hopefully Osher starts to come back around. And overall, the campaign isn't too grindy, and I'm not going to go into detail or spoil anything about it, but I'm just going to say I was right. Come join my Discord. I use it for both my outfit and my YouTube. We're always looking for new people to play games with. Link in the description. Social media is in the description as well, but I don't really use it that much. Just Twitter. Comment your thoughts on the new Shattered Warpgate update. I'm actually curious to hear other people's opinions because I know for a lot of people it's a hit or a miss. And of course, if you like the video, like and subscribe and all that other stuff.
I don't wanna want you.